Good morning. This is working now with sitting the second time. The first time was sitting with the grounding. And this video is sitting with your bony system or your skeleton, the foundation of your building. We're remodeling a house right now, so I'm well aware of the structure of a foundation and how that allows safety, form, beauty, and allows environments for living in that are freeing and breathable and upright. So let's find that easy sitting. Let's find it in our skeleton as we sit here. So the key structure for this easy sitting are the sitting bones, which are sometimes called the feet of the pelvis. And so we have the feet of the feet, and we have the feet of the pelvis. And these are bony structures that look a bit like you're sitting on, how can I show you? Sitting on this, yeah. Here we could say might be neutral. Here we could say would be behind the sitting bones. And here when we sit up and look way up, we're at the front of the sitting bones. And we're neutral. And here we're behind. So take these two light fists, put them on your thighs, and as we move along, I'm going to invite you to do that same movement with your hands. So I'm going to move my screen a little so that when I go up, you don't lose me. So we'll start being on the knuckle, and we'll call that, the big knuckle, we'll call that our neutral right now, and that will change. But right now we're on the bony point of those sitting bones. And actually, let's take a moment. We'll come back to this, but take a moment to lift one side of your pelvis and bring a hand underneath your bottom and feel for that bony point. And when you find that bony point, begin to lower your hand gently onto it and bring a sense of the weight on that side into the hand, into that sitting bone. Ischia is another term for it, or ischium, when there are two. And then slowly, before your hand turns purple, come back and slowly lower and feel if there's a different kind of contact and maybe a little more clarity. Do the same on the other side. Let's do that together. Lift that side of your pelvis. Feel where that might be and relocate your hand as you sense, oh no, it needs to be a little more this or that. And when you find what you think is that sitting bone, it's a clear little triangulated bone. You can look it up on Google, I'm sure, and see the anatomy of it. And just, again, lowering the weight into your hand and the chair. And then when you're ready, again, lift that side of the pelvis and come out and find that it's a different kind of sitting. So now let's take both hands, place them on our thighs, and let's be on the top of the knuckle, on where we are right now. And let's look up and bring our chest forward, our tummy and belly forward, and looking up. And now the hands are rolling with us, and we're in the front. We're beyond the sitting bones. We've come forward on the sitting bones. Now we're going to come back to neutral and be on the point of the knuckles and the point of the sitting bones. And now we're going to cave in a little bit, curl up a little bit, like you're looking down the floor. The back is rounding and your hands are rolling And now the hands are showing you you're behind the sitting bones. And come up onto the sitting bones and forward of them, and then just on them again. And let go of the hands. And sense, are they a little clearer for you? And now we're going to imagine that right in front, and you'll see also anatomically, there's a pubic bone right in front of the genitals. You can, in the privacy of your own home, you can bring your hands down toward the genitals and you'll find a bony structure that goes right across. And for women, when we're pregnant and give birth, this stretches and opens so that the area where the child comes out will open and get larger for birth to take place. So we have this pubic bone in front, we have the sitting bones underneath, the pubic bone in front, and then right next to the pubic bone, where you see my first knuckle happening, we have the hip joints. And the hip joints and the pelvic bowl and the sitting bones and the pubic bone all make a circle. I call it a magic circle, so that when you are sitting, you have this sense of the front of you, the being on balance, with the hip joints are there, the pubic bone, the pelvic, the whole bowl is there, and these sitting bones. So you will spend time when you're more tired or you're in a slouchy chair, more and more back behind the sitting bones. And that's, Feldenkrais called this, that actually the pelvis is lying and then we're trying to keep ourselves upright, looking like we're sitting, but our pelvis is lying. So now we bring the pelvis from sleeping to actually sitting. And the whole skeleton is engaged. The whole spine, the whole vertebral column, the ribs coming off are all engaged to be upright, and they have a strong foundation. And so you can build a pretty high skyscraper of a human being, people that are 7 feet tall. You can only imagine the kind of support they need from their feet in standing and from their bony structure in sitting. So when you have that neutrality where it's an easy sitting, then you can also go forward a little, like you can also reach out with your hands like children do when they want to be picked up. And that helps to make that lumbar curve, that curve in the lower back, the whole spine, the neck. And then we come back again and we might feel, oh, my uprightness is back again and I'm back on those sitting bones. So the feet are on the floor. The feet of the feet and the feet of the pelvis are on the chair. They're on their support. And your spinal column is coming, undulating up and out in a dynamic way through the whole body, through the neck, and the head just can sit right on top. So I hope you enjoy this unfolding, this journey, and that you find your way to an easy sitting for the next 20, 30 years. Enjoy.